Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with Vikas sir. Exercise number 3 and 4 for Punjab and Haryana High Court, 840 words, 80 words per minute. So be ready, start. The matter arises this way. Stop. The SSC is a public limited company. Stop. It is engaged in the business of manufacture and sale of tires and tubes. Stop. For the assessment year 1988-89, SSC filed its return of income on 29th June 1988. The SSC computing the book profits for the purpose of 115J of the Act at rupees 69 lakhs and 30% of the above was shown at rupees 20 lakhs. Stop. For arriving at the said figure, the SSC had shown net profit as per the P&L account at rupees 69 lakhs, to which it added provision of for income rupees 16 lakhs and deducted two sums of rupees 15 lakhs and rupees 52,000 representing the amount transferred from capital reserve adjusted against depreciation and interest on post office savings bank account exempt under section 10 bracket mid 15 bracket close and chapter 3 respectively. The assessing authority noted that the SSC in arriving at the net profit of rupees 70 lakhs made a deduction of rupees 13 lakhs by way of arrears of depreciation. Stop. The deduction of rupees 13 lakhs representing the arrears of depreciation, according to the assessing authority, was not in accordance with the provisions of Part 2 and Part 3 of the 6th Schedule of the Companies Act, 1956. Stop. According to the assessing authority, this deduction is not permissible either under Part 2 or under Part 3 of the 6th Schedule to the Companies Act or under Section 115J of the Act. Stop. The assessing authority has also noted that the assessing itself did not consider that the arrears of depreciation is deducting in the P&L account for arriving at the net profit as is seen from the figures contained in the director's report to the shareholders. He noted that in the said report, errors of depreciation on amounting to rupees 13 lakhs was shown only by way of an adjustment below the line of net profit. So, the assessing authority accordingly concluded that the net profit as per accounts should be taken at rupees 14 lakhs. The assessing authority made further adjustments to the same as contemplated in the explanation to section 115J of the Act. Thus, he added a sum of rupees 16 lakhs being provision for income tax and deducted rupees 15 lakhs and rupees 52,000 as mentioned earlier and arrived at the back profit at rupees 14 lakhs and 30% of the above was fixed at rupees 4 lakhs. Para. Errors of depreciation, even if it is only an appropriation and not a charge on the profit of the current year, still the same cannot be added back to enhance the book profit under section 115J. The explanation to 115J deals with certain specific adjustments. According to the appellant, the order of the High Court is clearly wrong on several counts. Stop. The order passed by the High Court dated 9/3/2005 convicting the appellant for contempt of court has also been assailed in criminal appeal number 491 of 2006. Stop. The trial court came to hold that since the child had remained with the appellant for a period of 7 years, he appears to have made every possible effort to obtain the custody of a minor. The learned district judge took note of the fact that taking of the child from his father's custody may adversely affect the sentiments and upbringing of the child, but at the same time the child should not be deprived the mother's home. Para. Stand 2 of the appellant before the High Court was that the court below had not held that he suffers from any disability in his role as a father, and therefore there was no comprehensive reason for the court to direct custody of the child to be entrusted to the respondent. Stop. The fact that the respondent was the mother cannot be the sole basis for allowing the petition. While considering the prayer for the custody of the child, several factors including the relationship between the parties and the minor are secondary. Stop. It was submitted that the minor was abandoned when he was about 1 year and 9 months old. Stop. Therefore, in the garb of seeking custody, several rounds of litigations were unleashed. Para. He has a large income and residence in a joint family where the minor is taken care of by the appellant, his mother, brother and brother's wife, and his 3 nephews. The warmth of the joint family has led to an all-round development of the child, and by taking him away from house surroundings can deprive him of love and affection. The appellant lives in a posh locality and the house is built on nearly 300 square yards, whereas the respondent resides with her parents in a 2-bedroom flat. Apart from that, the appellant has a good educational background, and since the child has been residing for the last more thanks 7 years with him, the courts should not have directed handing over custody to the